when does this guy ever look like he's going to slide? Because he's trying to fake out the defense the entire time. Or when does he look like he's trying to go out of bounds? The NFL has to do better than to have flags thrown on plays we saw in Saturday's game, because teams are already battling the dynasty. And now the dynasty's leader is flopping like he's playing in the unwatchable NBA. A team must play with near perfect execution to go to Arrowhead in January and win. And that can't happen when you're also facing officiating in the conundrum that we watched Saturday. The penalty gave oxygen on that drive. And what was a 13-play, 81-yard drive that resulted in the Chiefs, it was a 1-point game. They score, they push it to 8 points. Do the Texans really need to, make more plays in that game? Yes. Did the Texans legitimately commit fouls throughout the game? Yes. Was C.J. Stroud sacked 8 times? Of course, yes. But the personal foul and necessary roughness on Mahomes is pathetic for a league that prides itself on being the best in the world. That's not the case with the league's refs. The NFL has to hold officiating and their union to a higher standard, especially when the Chiefs are going for the league's first three-peat. Kansas City doesn't turn it over often because they close out games better than any team. You have to beat them. If you wait on the Chiefs to beat themselves, you've lost. They're 15-2 in the postseason during this incredible run. Clay Martin has officiated 7 of those games, and 7 times the Chiefs won. They win a lot, and calls go their way a lot. The rules are set up in favor of the quarterback. Calls go in favor of Mahomes, and technically they should be in favor of any player behind center. But the perception is that Mahomes gets all the calls his way because when he's playing, everyone's watching, especially in January. And yes, I get it. I agree. Bad calls happen in every game, and they stand out in the sports media. We're quick to point out bad play calls, poor execution, the rest of the faults that make football football. But criticism of officials doesn't happen, really, unless it's within that 10 to 15-second window after a replay and before the next snap. And it normally doesn't come from a head coach or players because, well, we're conditioned to report on the fine or the penalty that accompanies that criticism, not continuing to discuss what the point was on why the coach or the players pissed off about it. And it's because of how great the broadcast team was with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman and how they handled it that it's actually a story now that's getting some gas, some fuel, because Aikman was so good at this.